So something I want to get into because it's happening literally right now as we're recording this. Jayson Tatum, it says, just tied the record with Larry Bird for the most 50-point games in Celtics history. Jayson Tatum is only 23 right now. I know maybe a little bit more score-heavy of an era than the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Still very impressive to get it done this fast. With that, I want to ask, because I feel like there's a lot of debate about this. What tier of player, like when it comes to young players, is Jayson Tatum on? I want you to start with this, Tyrik, because you're the Celtics fan in the building. But I
What do you
feel like
mean
there's a
by
lot of
that?
discourse. Like, is he like MVP potential? Is he just perennial All-NBA? Is he like a guy that can be the number one on a championship team? What kind of level?
I think
How
he
good
has
is Jayson
MVP.
Tatum?
I think he has MVP type talent. I think when he's at his best, like obviously, scoring 50 points, that's outrageous. But when he's playing his best, like how he has like over like the last 10 games, he's been really good. Really efficient, been playmaking better. His shot selection has been a lot better. When he's playing at that level, definitely an MVP caliber type of guy in my eyes. I think he has all the potential in the world to win multiple MVPs. I think he's that kind of guy. It's just about him putting it all together and staying consistent with it, which we don't see a lot from him. I think he can get to that level, and he's right up there with like the best of the young players. He's up there with a Luka, Trey Young's, the John Morants. He's right up there on that type of tier. I think he needs to just separate himself, man, because I think he has the type. I think he's the more talented out of the group. It's just a matter of, like I said, putting it all together, which we haven't seen consistently from him for like a full season. But maybe this is the stretch that can, propel him into that mold.
Yeah, I agree. It's putting it together for Tatum. He's shown that upside and that potential to be an MVP candidate type guy. Whether he reaches it is just in question. And he's still super young. He's got a lot of time to put it together. I ultimately kind of see him as a borderline superstar type guy who's sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't, depending on how good he's playing. I'd love to see him prove that wrong, and he just goes to the I'm more consistent, I'm always a superstar type guy. I just haven't seen that from him yet, and as much as he is young, I don't know if I can give him the benefit of the doubt. I have my thoughts on him as a borderline superstar. I think he's a top 10 guy in the league in his prime. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Guy's going to have 10-plus all-star appearances if he stays healthy. I just don't see it currently with the level of consistency that I've seen where he's going to be a consistent top 5, top 3 MVP candidate.
See, because to me, I feel like the way he plays and just like the things I see this man do, I really feel like he is on the same tier as a Luka or a Trey or a Booker or a Mitchell, any of like the young stars, Ja, any of the ones that are going to be like running the league for the next like 10 or so years. I feel like those might be like the top 6 to 8 and really might fill most of that top 6 to 8 like list for a lot of the next decade. Now, I don't consider Giannis a young player, but he'll probably be up there in the top 5 for at least the next probably 7 or so years. Maybe that's a little long. At least Giannis will be in the top 10 for at least that long, I believe. But Tatum has just been so like just I feel like when the moment's there, he is just always on to me. Maybe I'm a little high on him, but like seeing what he did against Brooklyn last year, the team obviously did not have that much success, but Tatum was out of his mind.
When he's at his best, it's really like a sight to see. Like he has one of the deepest bags in the league on the offensive side of the floor. And I think his defense has actually been a lot better. I don't think he gets a lot of credit for his defensive side, but he's been really good on that side of the floor this season. His playmaking is improving slowly, but surely he's getting there. He's had games where he's had like 7, 8 assists this season. He's been playmaking a lot better. Like we said, man, it's just a matter of putting it all together consistently. If he gets the consistency down, he's going to be like a top 5 player in the league easily once he steps into his prime.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's honestly the only thing that needs to be done. If he can have that level of consistency where those brilliant moments happen on the regular, then there's no doubt he's an MVP candidate type guy. We just need to see it happen. But if that happens, his playmaking improves a bit as well, it's going to be scary.
It's just sometimes the lows of Jayson Tatum is just so bad. Like, he'll go 8 for 30. I'm like, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not like the lows
just,
are 6 for 15 for 17 points. It's
8 for 30, 9 for 32. It's just terrible. And then my biggest issue with him is like closing games. Like, he's had so many struggles closing games because he likes to take the pretty tough hero ball shots. Instead of just putting his head down trying to get the best shot, he takes the pretty shots. And when they go in, it looks very good. But when they miss, it looks terrible. So that's just my only thing with Jayson Tatum. But this season, I mean, as bad as it started for him, he's definitely much improved. I would love to see his numbers since, like, maybe Christmas, because I feel like he's been putting up some crazy stats.
I just think the expectation is so high for him, given the way his career started, that I feel like he's judged a little more harshly than a lot of the top players. I feel like when Tatum plays poorly, I feel like it's a lot more talked about when, like, the rest of this kind of group of the top young players, like, maybe put in a not so great performance or have an off night. So with that said, it's like, I feel like in like maybe like 2024, I feel like he could take an MVP home. Let Boston secure a 1 seed with Tatum as the number 1 option. I really feel like he might turn some heads, especially in a conference that'll still have Embiid and Giannis and a growing Cavs team. Hopefully LaMelo and Charlotte gets things going. The future of the East can be really good, and it's like, Tatum pulls that out. This dude is different to me.
I mean, the fact that this team is potentially a home court advantage team in the first round compared to how they started the season, a lot of that is to do with Jayson Tatum.